All right, guys, how's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. We are excited to have a nice powwow tonight, and we won't keep you too long, especially those of you who are doing the race to retreat. We have our calls tomorrow night too. So I like to just make these calls, start right on time. So if you guys just can remember going forward, if a call starts at 8:30, try to log on a couple minutes early. It just makes it so much easier for me to organize the muting and recording and everything. So let's just get started first with a couple shout outs. I'm going to read, actually, I'm going to put you in charge of reading those. If there's any shout outs over here. Did you want to do some shout outs? Go ahead. Go ahead.
You want me to give my own first?
Go ahead.
Hey guys. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to move this out of the way so I can see. All right. Hey, I'm going to give a couple shout outs because I usually watch and monitor the group. So last week, Gina actually just, it wasn't her fault. It was like up in the feed. So I do want to give a shout out that I did last week to Shayla, because I know she has been cranking it and just really busting it. This week, I want to give a shout out, absolutely, definitely to Brooke. The Finks are on fire. Also, another shout out I want to give to Nicole Constanza for signing up 2 value packs. And the other one I want to give a shout out that's actually really busting their butt and trying to work it. It's actually 2, and they're trying to get me on some 3-ways with them, is Emily, Russian, and Carly. You guys, awesome. I mean, trying your hardest to get me on some 3-ways, and you guys are really working it. Really proud.
He has to learn to say 3-way calls. For those of you who are at our Super Saturday, know that joke that happened. So let's see what we have here, because this goes so fast now, I miss them.
But they can all read that.
Okay, you guys see the chat? Okay, because I just like to call them out, but then the chat moves so quickly. Also, I want to welcome Patrick, new consultant. He enrolled on Wednesday, became a consultant by Friday. Mm-hmm. Joe Paquette, new consultant. I think he hit a consultant within a couple weeks.
He was within a week.
Within a week, maybe. Yeah. And he's on the call. Welcome, Joe. So just a lot of action. We really love it, guys. It's so exciting to see all the action. So a couple things I just want to make sure we all are well aware of. One is those ARE, so it's associate run events, you have until the 15th, September 15th, to actually get it registered, where you can get 5 free enrollment codes. And if you guys need help, I have the direct link that you can. And if you don't know exactly when you want your event to be, like the exact date, you can actually put a date in and then change it. They're not like really checking on the exact date, but you do have to register by the 15th. So today's the 10th. So there's not much more time. So even if you want to do one, in October, November, just put in a date and you can always change it. But once you register, you get 5 free enrollment codes, and you can actually do more than one event. So it's good to get the codes. But I actually challenge you guys to host something within the next 8 weeks. We are going to launch a campaign with the other girls from the Race to Retreat group. Starting September 30th, it's going to start, but we'll start marketing it on the 15th. And it's going to be called Fall Back Into Your Skinny Jeans. So it's a fall campaign. We're going to market it together, a 30-day commitment, and for fall. And so kind of think about how you can utilize that and maybe do a little Simpus sample at your house. You can do, if you're a trainer, I know there's a lot of trainers on here, you could do a sweat sip and sample. You guys have got to just get in front of people and be creative and just do it. So I want to challenge everybody, and anybody who agrees that they're going to organize some type of event. It could be small event. Again, it does not have to be large. It could be at your home. It could be at Total Wine. It could be a workout. Anything you want, then make sure you let me know so I can make sure you have the link and you get 5 free enrollment codes. Okay? I don't understand that question. How many days before? What's that mean?
What's that mean, Shayla?
How many days before the event can you register?
You have to register by the 15th.
But so for example, I have another one this Friday. Can I do it today?
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. You just have to do it before the 15th or by the 15th.
Okay.
And the event could be any time by the end of December, guys. So I actually registered another one today in October because I figure I'm going to do one. So you get 5 free enrollment codes. It really helps you guys to enroll new people. And then after the 15th, they're not going to be having that. So I just wanted to remind you guys, because I don't know if a lot of you knew that. So that's a big challenge. The next challenge, you guys, I really, really, really want you guys to do is to please, and I talked to some of my leaders to make sure that they're scheduling these calls, is to please start practicing and role play with your team members, your upline. Get on the phone and practice. If you are not 100% comfortable to say to somebody, you should do what I do, and then they say, what do you do? And you have no clue what to say, or you fumble over your words and you're not confident, you need to practice on the phone with your teammates, with your sponsor. You need to practice out loud, okay? If you're practicing with your spouse and your friends and you're truly getting comfortable and you're practicing great, then you're fine. But if you're not practicing, I guarantee you are not having these conversations because you're not confident. You guys have got to practice. You have to practice. We had an amazing conversation Sunday with our waiter, and we were like so proud of ourselves because every question we were like, it was just so awesome because we practiced so much. We actually have talked to so many waiters before and it never really went anywhere. But this time he was super excited and he kept asking questions and we were so prepared. But if we weren't prepared, we probably wouldn't open our mouths as much. So you guys have got to understand the importance of that practice. So that's my next challenge. I want you to be comfortable to be able to say, you should do what I do. What do you do? And then answer it. The next thing I want you to be comfortable to do is a prospect call. Somebody says, hey, can you tell me more about that nutrition? I want you to be comfortable with where that conversation's going, that you know how to ask the right questions, that you get to their why, that you break down so that you are offering value, not talking about cost, but value. If you're not comfortable with that, I guarantee you're probably not having prospect calls, or you're not successfully having prospect calls because you're not practicing. So I'm making you guys do it. I'm making my leaders schedule calls with their downline because it's really going to really stall your growth if you're not comfortable with your verbiage. You can hear me say it and be like, wow, that sounds really good. I like Gina's way of saying that. But I guarantee if it's not coming out of your mouth some way, somehow, when you have an opportunity, you're not speaking up because you're not comfortable. Because I know, because I was there. I would listen to top leaders and say, that sounds really good. But then when I had an opportunity to open up my mouth, I didn't because I wasn't comfortable until I started practicing. So guys, trust me on this. You got to practice. Next is, here's another thing to say, which is what we said to the waiter. You know what? You have a great personality. You would probably do really awesome with what we do. What do you do? And that's what opened it up. But we had to be prepared to talk about it. And that was a business opportunities talk that we did. So you have to be prepared to talk about business and product. And you have to practice, and not just once, but practice with different people. Okay, so I am excited because I'm going to actually have Brooke share tonight, but before I turn it over to her, I want to continue to offer you guys, anybody in my downline who is newer and really fired up and wants to really commit to this business, who has not had a call with me and Rod yet, you need to connect them to us. Or if you're on the call and you're really fired up and you want to do this business and you have not connected with me, I want you to. I want to help you. And I know I talked to Laura last week and I had a really great conversation with her. And I actually reached out to Jacqueline because I noticed she was really putting herself out there. I saw her Facebook posts, and then she also commented on being on a training. And so I reached out to her and said, oh, hey, you look like you're really plugged in. Let's do a one-on-one call. And I don't know her, know nothing about her. She's like, I don't know, 3 PET down, maybe 4. And we had a talk today. So Jacqueline, can you just kind of share, please, like how that was for you? Like, did it help you just getting to know me and talking to me and all of that?
Sure. Yeah, of course. So the call with you today was very informal. It was I was very energetic after I got off the phone with you. I loved the conversation. You actually made me feel a lot more comfortable to approach people by simply asking, you know, oh, you have a great personality, like you just previously stated. So with that being said, like I feel a lot more comfortable actually getting out there and talking to more people, because right now I'm only doing like social media. So I feel like I'm not really getting much feedback from social media yet. So I feel like if I go out now, I'll be able to get more clients or prospects. And with the training that you gave me, I feel a lot more confident. I'm going to start role playing and practicing exactly what you told me to do. That way I can go out there and really connect with people.
So awesome. So obviously it was worth it, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And I felt really great actually talking with you, because I know more about you. I know your goals. I know how I can help you. And like, I really didn't prepare for the call, but by talking to you, I gave you some ideas, things you can start with right away. So, and we don't know each other at all. So don't be intimidated. Yeah. And I'm sure you were probably like, okay, this girl's reaching out wanting to talk to me, and it's not a weird thing. I just really do want to help you guys. So thank you again, Jacqueline, for sharing.
No problem.
With me. And now what I'd like to do is ask Brooke some questions. So I'm going to unmute you, Brooke. Welcome, Brooke.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I like to just ask, I think Brooke, I would call her like a rising star in the group. And she just had an amazing just experience at Celebration. She brought Corey, she brought some of her team, which was so cool. And she's just been on fire. So I'm going to ask you some questions. I did prepare some for you. So the first one I wanted to ask you is really important, because I know you've been to a couple events before, right? But something about this event, or something that had happened, or maybe the process of getting to the event and leaving, really obviously caused a shift in you that I didn't see prior. So I was just wondering if, one, you could just share maybe what that was about, what caused the shift, and how it felt.
Of course, yeah. So I think there's a couple things that shifted with me, and thank you so much. I want to start off by saying that for asking me to do this. We have the best leaders. I'm so blessed to have you and Rod do all of these calls for us. So this event was different for me because I set an intention before I went to Celebration that I was going to be 100% engaged and take everything in. I prayed, I asked God to, let me hear what I needed to hear to be 100% engaged. And I really felt like I connected with the community of Isagenix, and I really saw the vision at a different angle than I did from events before. So when I came back, even when I was on vacation after that, I couldn't help but to be on fire and want to get into action. Just having the vision of dreaming bigger. And the events prior, I came back and I thought, okay, I could do this on the side and still keep my corporate job, and I'll do both and it'll be fine. This event, for whatever reason, I was like, you know what? I'm going all in. I'm going to give it 100%, and I am going to hit my goals. And I think that setting that intention before the event is what really made that shift.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. And I didn't know what your answer was going to be about that. I really think that is really obviously something that's different, because I have been with you at a couple other events. So I hope you guys can really understand that. So it's not just about getting to events, but she truly had an intention and she prayed about it, what she was going to get out of it. And man, that will cause a shift. I can really attest to that. That's awesome. So my next question for you is then, what are some things that you're doing differently then? When you come back from the event, now you're really fired up. You feel like you've gotten out of it what you wanted. What does it look like to take action after an event?
Yeah, so I think there's a couple things. So one was I felt like I had a mental block within myself. So I would already predetermine, oh, that person can't afford Isagenix, or they don't want to spend money right now, or they don't need a healthy change. They're in awesome shape. They're ripped. They couldn't use our products. And I would already predetermine in my mind an excuse why I couldn't talk to them about Isagenix. So now I'm just sharing with every single person, no matter what their age, obviously 16 and older, and I'm not putting that block within my mind before talking to them. So that's definitely one of the most important things that I changed to get into action. Consistency. I would post and pray before. I would maybe post once a week, pray that somebody would comment on it or reach out to me. Now I'm more consistent, even if it's just on my stories. Every single day I'm posting, and it doesn't have to be about Isagenix, just that people are seeing me and my face is out there. I think that's definitely helping. What was another thing? Being bold. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the first shift that I made with having my own blockages, but changing up my routine of going to the same gym that I've gone to for 5 years, trying different gyms, putting my phone down when I'm at Publix and I'm in line at Starbucks or in the office at my corporate job, and actually connecting with people and talking to people, being bold and talking to them about the opportunity and talking to everybody about Isagenix. And the most important thing, I think, is my personal development. I know that I posted in the group about PIG, prayer. Every morning, Corey and I are praying, setting our intentions for the day, and listing what we're grateful for. So that mixed with the personal development that I've really committed to doing, asking myself every day this decision, or if I go out with my friends on the weekend, is this getting me closer to the goals and to the person that I want to be? So it's hard. It has been hard. So I have to say no to even my close families, my closest friends sometimes, but I think that personal development and really focusing on that has not only just like bettered me as a person in my life, but also with Isagenix.
I love that. And I really did love and thank you for sharing it live, the PIG prayer, because it's actually really easy to remember.
I don't even know how that came about, but it came about like that.
Yes, and gratitude. And it makes everything on purpose, right? And isn't there such a shift when you're showing up on purpose?
Yep.
And you really let your why drive you. And I know your why has gotten stronger and stronger over this time. So I think that's just absolutely beautiful. I hope you guys are really letting this sink in, because Brooke, like I said, she's been to other events. Mama Bear is her mom. She's been around this opportunity. So, just understand that it's not always when you get into Isagenix, it's when Isagenix gets into you and you really make it a commitment and you focus on it, that it can truly take you to that next level. And I have to tell you, I've been looking at Mama Bear over here, just looking so proud. Hearing me talking about personal development and everything. So I love to see that.
That's another example too. I mean, my mom's been doing Isagenix for 8 years, and I was never ready. Like, it had to be my timing. She told me back when I got in corporate America 8 years ago, you would kill this opportunity at your, why aren't you doing this? But it wasn't my timing, and that's why it's so important when you have people that are interested or like product users, never give up on them. Because now look, 8 years later, I'm finally diving in.
Yeah, that's actually a really good lesson. We all need to hear that time and time, right?
Yeah.
I love that. And so I know that you've been doing some events, some sip and samples, little things at your house. You've actually even gone to some of your own downline, right, to their house. Okay, so now I did challenge everybody to do this. So I love some of your, how is it working out for you? What are some tips you can give? Because I really, truly want everybody on this call to really just do it. Just try something. Even if you just invite a few of your closest friends and it comes out to be a couple people showing up, it's not about a big number. It's about just doing it and doing the first one. So if you can share with them just some things that you've seen work for you, like how do you prepare for it? Some advice that you have to market it and to set it up.
Of course. And I think you just said it. The number one most important thing is just the Nike, just do it. Get into action, because you could plan. And I even did that for my first sip and sample. I planned and planned and planned. And I was like, okay, this detail and that detail, and who am I going to invite? But if you just get into action and do it, my newest consultant, Amber, she planned a sip and sample Friday night for Sunday night and had an amazing turnout. There was like 5 or 6 people, but she made her first consultant and she enrolled 3 people. And it was just super casual. So you never know. I would say, just to do it, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could just be a couple friends getting together, talking about the opportunity, talking about the products. I like to have something to sample there. So one night we made healthy margaritas with the hydrate. You could cut up bars, you know, in 4s or even smaller than that, in 8s. Chop up the ice of delights or make the shakes and put them in little cups, like little shot glasses, and pass that out. You don't even need to have samples if you don't want to, but that's always nice. To market it, we always make a Facebook group normally and invite everybody to it and tell them that they can invite whoever they think may be interested as well. So they feel that they don't have to come alone. They can invite, you know, anybody. They could bring their kids. They could bring their spouse. I normally try and pick a theme as well. So one sip and sample, we did mussels and margaritas. That's when we made, and I think I got that idea from you, Rod. Somebody in your neighborhood did that?
No, somebody on Team Isogenics did that.
Yeah, and that was a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
Paired it with tacos. One night we did, what else did we do? Wine Wednesday. We did Healthy Happy You, I think, in the summertime was one of them. We did a back to school, back to you. And so whatever the theme was, we would make like a flyer, and you could download the app. It's free. It's called Canva, Canva. And we would just make the flyer and post it in the Facebook event, post it on our stories, promote it the week prior, and try and invite as many people as possible. Also, for the presentations, you could play the 6-minute Isogenics, not the opportunity. I think Shayla or my mom may know the exact name of it. They could put it in the comments.
I think it's the Advantage, right? Isogenics Advantage.
But it's the shorter one. It's only 6 minutes. So that's a great way to kind of open the meeting up. So you don't really have to have a speaker. That's what breaks the ice. You play the movie. Then we normally move into somebody talking about the products and the science. And then we always end it with the opportunity. And, you know, making the products and the opportunity just as equal, just as important, and not just focusing on just the products. And that's also what has helped bring so many people into, you know, our business that are interested in the business.
I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you think of that you'd like to share that's been helping your business right now or helping you stay in momentum?
I would say, I mean, I could go back to the self-development, you know, that I think is the number one, you know, that helps with when we get the no's, it doesn't make it feel so personal. When you have people criticizing you, that might be a close friend or a close family member, it doesn't make it as, you know, harmful when you're constantly like working on yourself and really staying on track with your self-improvement. It really helps with the hard times because we work with people. This is a people industry. So we're going to work with, you know, sometimes frustrated customers, people who return things, business builders that we thought were going to pan out and they just fall off the face of the earth. So I think when we really work on ourselves, it makes the hard times so much easier to get through, and it keeps you in momentum and keeps us in action.
I love it. Thank you so much. And if you guys got anything from Brooke sharing, can you please just put it in the chat while we're closing up for the last few minutes so she can read your feedback. And what I was just going to end with, guys, is, you know, for the product page, I would love to see more involvement. So if you guys have customers, prospects in there, just remember, if you put them in the group, they're really only going to see what their friends post. And some of them only have you as a friend. The other thing is I would love more help with the page, like adding recipes and adding the recipes to the album, the recipe album. If you see a transformation, you share it, continue to add that to our album. Love on people's posts that are in there, answer their questions. If we all can help each other, and it's not just primarily 2 or 3 of us that are constantly having to monitor the group, it really helps. And it will allow me to do more high-level business coaching stuff if you guys can do the stuff like that, which I know you guys all know how to do. So I would really appreciate that for sure. Also, I just made a new video before we did this call. I'll put it in our Live to Be Free business page. It is 10 minutes, and basically I got the idea because there was the entrepreneur video from Isogenics that I know that some of my girls in Race to Retreat said that they were sending out to kind of just prospects for the business. And I thought that it was a little bit, I wasn't sure how people would, like, I like it because I know Isagenix, but I didn't know if it was a little impersonal. And so a few people had said that, yes, it would be helpful for me to do one. I don't know who's on. Who's not muted. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, somebody who's not muted. But I made it, it's a 10-minute video, and basically it's to answer the question, what is Isagenix? And it was kind of how I kicked off our event Saturday, and it's just to the point, like, this is what Isagenix is about, and it really is about the opportunity. So it's an opportunity 10-minute intro that starts with a product, experience in 30 days. So watch it if you think that you can use it. I would love for you guys to use it. I personally am going to use it. It'll leverage my time. So with that, what I would like to do to end is, first of all, we had a Super Saturday on, this past Saturday, and I want to just acknowledge Kara Davidson. She came from Jacksonville, Florida with 3 of her team members, and that was just so awesome, Kara. And also Jennifer came from New York. So Chris Robinson's sister flew in from New York for it, and I just thought that was so great. And what I really loved is that they said it was worth it, because that's a pretty big trip. So Kara, do you have anything that you could share from the event? Because a lot of people on the call were not at the event. If you have like a couple takeaways, if you don't mind me putting you on the spot, I just saw your face pop up. So
no, not at all. Well, the panel was amazing. There were so many different perspectives. You had the guy that played baseball, Rod, from a trainer perspective. And then, oh my gosh, there wasn't a dry eye when Chelsea spoke. And then Chris Robinson had such an amazing story. So just all the different perspectives was amazing. And then as far as my belief in the company, it was pretty strong, but like it's now 10 to the roof after hearing Dr. Paul, because I've heard him speak many times in podcasts and on stage, but he was so emphatic about the testing and research that Isagenix does, from the raw ingredient to while it's in process to the finished product to then testing its efficacy. Does it work? And I just thought, like, I'm in the fitness industry and figured that all the companies did the same, and he said absolutely not. Hands down, Isagenix is the only company investing millions of dollars in that, and he does research for all kinds of sport and performance companies. So to me, that just it just solidified everything I kind of already knew. But I mean, I was blown away by that.
Yeah. And I'm so glad we got to see you. And, guys, seriously, events are key. So if you can't make any of the big ones, look at what local events are around. There's a lot of leaders hosting these Super Saturdays right now. And, ours was, a smaller event, and we had a Super Saturday. It was still very impactful. And in fact, I think sometimes those smaller settings are even nicer because people have more comfort to ask questions and be really connected to other people. So look in your local area. Again, I got to push UIA again, you guys, October 11th, 12th, and 13th. Again, I will be going. I know there's about 10 of us in the team that are going for sure. It's going to be a great, you will not regret going. You will regret missing it though. So really, if you're on the fence, definitely just consider going for sure. Any way we can help you get there, let us know. Even if we pile into a room, seriously, we did it a couple years ago. I think there was 4 of us in one room. We made it super cheap for us, and we got so much out of it. And again, New Year kickoff is coming January. I believe they still have that promo going on for the event ticket, so make sure you get that. Tomorrow night is our Race to Retreat. So those of you who are in that, that call is going to be tomorrow night. I'm actually hosting that one. And finally, I was going to tell you guys, I did group together that are going for manager. So I want to focus really on the business building. And so again, anything that you guys can direct elsewhere that you really don't need to ask me. I will be honest, I probably had about 5 text messages already this week, and it's Tuesday, about like glitches, like Facebook tagging and things on like enrolling things and stuff like that. I really don't know, guys. I have the same glitches with that stuff. I just don't know. And just want to kind of put that out there because it wasn't one, it was 5. I had 5 of those kind of messages this week. And I'm working on something really big to help the team really organize my business training. And it's very, very time consuming. And every free moment I have, I'm focusing on it. And it's going to be a tool for you guys. And I need to focus on that. So anything that you can ask in the Live to Be Free business page, and then other people can try to help and answer, would be awesome, while I'm trying to really focus in on this really big thing I'm trying to put together to help the whole entire team, to help you guys grow and to help you duplicate. So I just wanted you to know I'm working on that. And I'm going to wrap it up so that we can all, just have a good night's sleep and get back to work. But again, guys, utilize those 5 free codes that you get for registering your event. And that's such a great way to invite people. Hey, my company offered me 5 free enrollment codes to have a little sip and sample. Would you be open to coming over on this date for a couple hours? I'll have some wine, we'll chat. I would love to share with you what I'm doing. Just don't overthink it, you guys, and just go for it. So I would love to hear about anybody that's hosting something, how the turnout is. Even if you guys merge together, if you guys have people around you within, a decent amount of travel time, get together and host them together. Maybe that will be more comfortable to you, but just, do them, be creative. One girl in the Race to Retreat is doing one. She's a stay-at-home mom and she has little ones, and she's doing like a mommy and me thing. And it's a really cute flyer. I could share that in the group. So if you are a stay-at-home mom, that's an idea. Again, trainers do a sweat sip and sample, wine night. Brooke gave a lot of great ideas. So I also just want to remind you to write down the date. September 30th, we're launching the fall campaign. Fall back into your skinny jeans, super cute campaign and graphics and everything. And we'll start marketing that on the 15th. And I think I'm also going to do a webinar to invite anybody who is interested in learning more about that campaign and joining our 30-day challenge. It'll be a little more geared toward the products. And I'll do a webinar that you guys can all invite people to. So just keep a lookout for those dates. And I hope you guys got a lot out of this. Again, thank you so much, Brooke, for sharing. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. And please continue to just pour into each other and into the pages that we have for support pages. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.